Well, good afternoon, everybody. How's things? Oh, it's a bit crazy over here at the minute. Crazy because power sort of keeps going off and on, and we've had a few issues over the last week with it. Well, a few months to be fair, but they've been turning it off to actually get something sorted. So we got in this morning to find that there was no power, so we couldn't even have a cup of tea. So at least Leslie managed to bring us a flask of hot water in, so we were okay. So it's all good. But yeah, we're all on now, up and running. Otherwise, I'd have had to go home to do this at home today. But no, we're all here, all sorted. So here we go, tile 75. I'm so excited, 75. I thought I'd do a different coloured tile today. It's nice to sort of use the cream, and I think the cream are your staple, and you need them in your life. And I have done the sample on a cream one, but it's just nice, isn't it? Just to change it about a bit. And I don't think I've ever done a purple tile as a live session before. So here we go, tile 75 is purple. Okay, so what do I have with me? Pen, pencil, tortillon. Of course, I've got my ever white chalk pencil, and I've got my pastels here. Whether I get to colour or not, I'm not sure. I think the other thing as well, if you've got a thicker pen, so for example, I don't know, an alcohol marker or just a thicker pen, then you might want to use that or have it to hand today. I've got my trusty little marker, and you can see, look, Benji's had his play with it. Yeah, actually he didn't want to use the fine liner side, he's actually used the brush side, so he's had a bit of a nibble. But that's okay, my fault for leaving it out. So deep breath. All right, here we go. So, pencil. We're going to start with pencil, and we're going to go back to scratch in a sense that every time we, have a bit of a deep breath, we're going to put a little dot in the corners. One in this corner, and one in this corner, and then one here. Okay. Oh, that's okay, Vivian. We're just thankful that you can join us for a little while. You just think you're going to see the beginning and the end then, or you're going to have a look later and think, what did she do with it? And I do apologise if this is a little bit tricky to see. I will actually move it in and out as necessary, so you can see what I'm doing. But I just wanted to do, a different colour tile today. And I think probably that's why I avoid doing the darker tiles. It's because, it's not as clear, but there we go. We've done the dots and we've done a border round. So there we go. You see, you've done the border. I've not even quite got to the dot there, but that's okay. Look, just joining it all around. Size of my border, it's a little bit thinner. If you can see, just a tad thinner than my pencil. So that just gives you a bit of an indication. I've not gone mad with it there. I'm not intending to use the outside bit there, but it's just a bit of a guide in case I need it. Okay, so I'm going to keep with my pencil just for a little while, and then I'm going to really press on with this so you can see it. But for you'd only need to do this lightly. So I'm going to think not necessarily centre, just sort of slightly. Let's go sort of slightly off a little bit. And what I'm going to do, I want to put in an oval shape. So I'm going to sketch it in first, just so I've got a bit of an idea. Now, if it's not quite oval, don't worry about it. It's okay. There we go. And then I'm going to pen that in. I just wanted to get a bit of an idea, of, so I'm not working alone on it. There we go. Okay. I think I'm going to draw this, and I think actually I probably will switch to a lighter tile, because I think you might struggle just to sort of see it. There we go. So you can see there's my oval shape. So while you're catching up, so let's have a look what we've got going on here. So yeah, go to one of my faithfuls, a cream tile. So here we go. So I'm going to do exactly the same as I did before. There you go, you'll see this a little bit better. There you go. I'll do the tile later on the purple. Or maybe not tonight, I'm prepping for Friday. So tonight I'm going to be a little bit busy. Okay. Another early get up as well, at 7:30. Whew. All right, so let's go for it. I'm going to put this oval shape in. Let's have a look. What do you know? Let's move that one. What have we got going on? Let's move the pen. All over the place today, swapping pens and pencils and everything. What is this? Tiles. There we go. See, I don't mind having a sketchy type of shape there. There we go. Just there. Let's bring that in a little bit there. Okay. There's my oval. Whew. Okay. So going a little bit larger with it then. I'm going to, see, that's why I didn't mind that. I'm going to fill the outside, going round it with a series of bubbles. You see? So not large, just not even minding if they're different. Actually, they get different characters, don't they, if they're slightly different. I'm just working on the fact that they join each other and they join the line that I've created this sort of oval type shape. There we go. Just working it around. See? Okay. Something about doing bubbles, isn't there? And it's great. It creates any kind of... oh, Shirley, yeah, it is addictive. But yeah, any sort of wobbly line or line that's not quite as you would have expected it to be, if you put a row of bubbles round, all is forgiven. Here we go. Alright, see, nearly there. Now, I appreciate that I was speed tangling a little bit there. I'm just catching up. There we go. So let's have a look at where that is and what it's looking like. Alright, so it's not really in the middle, is it? It's not, you know. Okay. So a little bit larger so we can see what we're doing. Alright, so I'm going to add a bubble a little bit further off. Now, if you want to go round and do this here, but I'm going to, you know, yeah, you can do that, but I'm going to just make sure that I've actually got enough spaced out, you know, like we do normally, and we space our little sections out, so we've got a bit of something to work to, you see? There we are. Let's just put one in the middle of those. Okay. Looks a bit weird at the minute, but not to worry. Don't they always at this stage? All right, so let's go a little bit larger. Oh no, Lorraine, here we are again. Do you know, it's lovely that I really look forward to doing these sessions. It's just like having a chat with your mates. So it's really lovely. Okay, you see what I'm doing? I'm actually working my way around that bubble and just finding one on that row somewhere and joining it. Oh, I know, pal, we do love our bubbles. There we go. So just going around all those little letter S's and joining those bubbles to just one on there. Doesn't matter if they're level to each other, just working it round. Oh, hang on, who's that? Oh, Donna, hi Donna. Oh, come on, join the crazy people. Yeah. No, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice to have a bit of a conversation. Working our way around. We talk about all sorts of things. I think mainly it starts out with tangles, then it turns to food, and we all, you know, the weather. The weather's quite a big thing as well, but you know, we do talk about the weather a lot. Yeah, and you know, we like to see what's coming on, what's coming up, and all that kind of thing. Look at that. Okay, that's lovely, isn't it? Bless it. Not finished yet though. So I'm going to do the same pattern, and this time I'm going to go from one to the other, you see? And then the next one. All right, so going to keep going around, just joining with that lovely letter S. Remember, if you go around the bubbles, I think it gives you sort of a better curve shape, because it helps you to sort of take off from there and come around and land onto there, and it's a nice way to do it, I think. if you're not careful, you can get a little bit of a too straight a sort of line, and you want that nice little curve going round. And of course, the fact that they're all different, it just makes for a better sort of finished item, doesn't it? Okay. Did you see the photograph that I posted yesterday? The two boys of Seth and Benji. It was lovely to see them sitting and having a chat together. I thought, I've got to take that. Of course, it's Benji's birthday on Friday. Oh, hey Joyce. Okay, so there's our little shape. Now, let's go a little bit larger again. Okay, what I want to do now is I want to aura this line. Those not sure about an aura, it's about drawing around a line we've already got, but I'm going to create sort of a little border here, so not too wide. Oh, it looks like a little smirk, look. And around we go. Now, of course, if you think, oh dear, I need a pencil to do this first, then by all means, because it's quite a large shape we're working on, so I'm not going to say no. Well, I can't really say no because I'm not there, so I don't see. Oh, have I got the wrong date? Yeah, it's probably me. I don't know what day it is. So I need to go and change that, I don't. Okay, so there we go. And then inside this border here, we're going to go in with more bubbles, but this time we want to fill that space. All right. Oh, Julie, thank you, it was. They're adorable. Crazy. Actually, Benji did get on John's nerves a bit last night. He was wanting the door open all night. And like, I can't have that, it's getting a bit too chilly now for that. Okay, see with these bubbles that I'm actually touching either side and each other as well. So if you can, I mean, don't panic about them not being perfectly round. Well, they are cute. The boys, not the bubbles, but the bubbles are cute too. Oh, thank you, Angela. I will pass on my best. You'll have lots of hugs. Yeah. I've actually taken some photographs to send to the breeder, because obviously the last time he saw Benji, he was 8 weeks old. It was just like, he was not that big then, and I must admit we didn't expect him to be as big as he is. But yeah, he's lovely. Yeah, I know, Kitty, thank you. I mean, Seth is absolutely gorgeous. He's getting on a little bit now, and he doesn't quite like the limelight. He's quite happy to sleep on the window ledge, bark at the postie, then go back to sleep. That's about it, really. Okay. All right. So you see where we've got these little gaps? I'm just going to go in and just fill them in, both sides. So this is something we do. You could actually have put another bubble inside there, like, if you wanted to, but I like that bit of black around it. Okay. So just going around and just filling those little bits in. And of course, if I was working on a purple tile, like I'd like to have done, I could have used the black pen, or I could have used a white pen, or I don't know, even a silver or a gold. It'd look quite nice, actually. It's nice to have that option. Being that I'm working on a cream tile, I'm going to stick with the black. I've got a silver pen here, so I think I'll add a little bit of detail on a little bit later. But as we know, the gel pens, we always do them last because they take a little bit longer to dry. We don't want to smudge them, and we don't want any, pencil or graphite sort of softening, doesn't it? It does, Sue, doesn't it? It's perfect for a gem. We're going to do something a little bit different with it in a little bit. Okay, so where are we at then? All right, so we've got this lovely little motif. Yes, we are going to do something in the middle, but not just yet. We're going to work up to that. I'd like to sort of focus a little bit on the outside first. So So let's have a look here. I'm not going to do the middle. I'm going to split it in the middle. I'm going to bring it in a little bit further in. So sort of about here, and I'm going to add in a bit of a line, see, just underneath. Now don't worry if it wobbles, it's fine. Okay, because we can put a series of bubbles around that line. So I'm on the sort of the right hand side of the line, and in it goes there. Chris, yeah, it is. It's out the pad. Yeah, I've got one here. Look, one of my pads. Oh, hang on, let's go out a little bit. And it's, oh, see the blues now. They are. Yeah, it's that purple. And yeah, you get two of each colour in. So quite handy them pads. But I really want to do it now in with the purple and use a gold pen on that purple. Look divine. But let's work with this, because then at least you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm going to leave a bit of a gap. See, I've got here. I'm not going to split it quite halfway. I'm going to come in a little bit and have a little bit of a row there. Okay. All right. Then I'm going to bring my pencil in, and I'm going to split this in two here. So actually might be a bit less. I just want a pencil line there because I don't want to see that in a bit. I'm just going to have a guide. Okay. So nice line with the bubbles in. Then I've got a pen line, and then I've got a pencil line. Okay. Yeah, Bernadette, yeah, they're on my website. If you have a look on where it says tiles, and you know, in the options where you can choose your different colours, they're there as an option. It's the refill pad for the tile book. All right, so let's have a look at this then. I'm going to go a little bit larger, and what I want to do here is I'm going to put another bubble in, but I'm going to give it a little bit of space around. See there, so it doesn't quite fill in all the space. All right, and then I'm going to leave a bit of a gap, about similar, and then let's put another one in. So it's going to be about here, look, see here. So that's going to go underneath, but there we are. And then another one, let's have a look, about here. There it is. You see, I'm just leaving a little bit of space around the outside of them. Okay. And then I'll just get another one in here. There we go. Now, some people find it easy going clockwise, some anti-clockwise. It doesn't matter. All right. Oh, Chris. Yeah. Now on Friday, I'm not taking the tile books on Friday, but I think they're on their website. I'm taking cream tiles on. I haven't taken tiles on, or cream ones anyway, for a while. And we're going to do a bit of Christmas. We're going to do the dream catcher. So if you're not sure about that, it'd be worth tuning in or recording just to, you know, have a look at how I do it. And of course, you know, I have got something a little bit different for all you tanglers out there. I did actually put some hints on that photograph last night as to what it could be theme-wise, but other than that, I've not said anything yet. Okay, so you see here, I'm just filling my space now with bubbles. Yes, Catherine, I am taking the wreath, the Christmas cards, and I know Marie mentioned the Christmas set as well. It's a different set to the Let's Do Christmas range. I'm taking that with me too. So lots of prep to do. There's so many demos you can do with it, of course. There we go. All right, let's have a look at this then. There we are. So got this lovely little oval, but then I've got these really large bubbles there. Okay, so I'm going to turn it slightly now to a bit of an angle. I'm going to do this one because you can see it quite clear. So I'm going to sort of aim from this one. You know, as we did the letter S's here, I'm going to do something a little bit similar. So imagine coming off here, and then I'm going to come down and join this one here. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Donna, I can't sell the die on its own because it comes as a set. It's actually one thing we don't make here. We can't make them, so I have to order them, and they come all together. See that one? So you're going to get a bit of that, see? And then here you're going to come round and get a bit of that one. And then round and that way. You see? And of course you're going to have a bit going up there. Okay? So I've got this sort of circles and then working it way down. Okay? Let's go a bit larger then. So, same as before, although this time what I want to do, if you can, let's have a, it depends on how sort of wide you've made these, is I'm going to aura inside that shape. Now if you think yours is a little bit too thin to do that, that's absolutely fine, you don't need to, just go ahead and just fill it with the balls. See? There we go. And again, any little gaps, just sort of fill in the black there. Alright. And then round it goes. Same again. And then let's just fill that with bubbles. There we are. And same again. Let's fill that once we've auraed and add in those bubbles. Okay, you see any little gaps? Just fill those in. Alright, a little bit there. Can't really get much in there, but you know we want to keep it going. Alright. Okay. So you see where we've got these little gaps left now. Again, it's going to be a bit of a bubble fest today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another aura in, only a small one. And then, there we go. And the gap I've got, we can't really get many bubbles in there. We're just going to fill it. Okay, so looking at this space here, again, let's just turn my tile. Okay, and in we go into there. And you see here, I'm going to fill in that space there too. I'm going to put that section of border in, just so I can sort of work on where I'm going with that. There we go. Okay. And working it down. Oh, we're talking about storage. Sorry, sometimes I don't manage to get through all the messages because they're moving as I'm looking at the tile. So I'm not ignoring you if I've not answered a message. I do apologise. But I don't get it all. Of course, when you look up, some of them have gone. I just caught the message about the sideboard. That's amazing. All right. So again, just filling in with those bubbles. Okay, see now, let's have a look. There we are, so we've got a little bit of a couple of gaps there. Still want to sort of follow the same idea, even though it's underneath there, and just fill with gaps there. And then we go with this one, and around, you see, and then fill with bubbles. Notice all different sizes, don't want to keep them all the same, just want to fill the gap. And then of course the same here, look, I'm going to go around that one. Turning it round. And again, I'm just going to draw in that line while I'm here. And let's just fill that with bubbles. Okay. All right. So let's have a look at where we're at so far. So it's quite an ornate border, isn't it? That's lovely. You know, in the one of the frames, as a border sort of pattern. It's really pretty, isn't it? All right, next bit. Okay, so I'm going to go on to a little bit of an angle. I'm going to work in this little line here. Okay. So again, thinking about that sort of letter S, I'm going to start and I'm going to do, it's almost like a backwards one, you see? And then I'm going to go a little bit larger there, so you can see. So we've got that sort of shape. And then I'm going to not stop here, I'm going to come down a little bit, so maybe here, see there? And then I'm going to do another seam. I'm going to go up to that line and back down and round. You see why I put the pencil line in? It's just so I can actually sort of work out where that little curl's going. It's sort of on that line. Same again. And of course, because I've turned my tile slightly, because I've turned my tile slightly, that sort of angled line is a little bit easier to sort of draw in. Okay, just keeping the flow going. Once you've made the start and you're working your way down, then you'll see it will start to do what you want it to do. And again, just having that pencil line there, so the little guide just helps a little bit. Okay, all the way down to the bottom. Just going to keep going. There we go, all the way down, a little bit there, and one there. Okay. Oh yes, Maureen, kettle's on. It was nice to have one halfway through, isn't it? There we are. Okay, so let's have a look at this little bit. True. So I must admit, after my hospital stay last year, I can't do beans. No, a jacket potato. Goodness me. You see what I'm doing? I'm just now joining that little curved line to that one we've just drawn. You see? There we are. Just working it round. So those last few there. Right, let's have a look at that then. Oh God, you're a coffee drinker, are you? No, I'm definitely tea. Okay, so a little bit rope-like, isn't it? So let's just sort of tidy this up a little bit. See on this side here, I'm just going to fill in those gaps, just so it gives us that nice shape that we're after. So our way up there, and it removes that little space there. We don't want anything in it. Okay, just filling them in. Of course, you could do this in a different colour if you like. You don't have to do it all black. All right, so again, I've got this sort of angle here, and it's just nice to just put a couple of little flicks in. Now, if you want to do 3, it's fine. Like, if you want to do a bit of a mix, but the idea is if you flick towards you like so, they're not going to all be even, and you're going to get a little bit thinner as you're going. Oh, I know, tea, you know, ex-teacher, tea used to run through my veins instead of blood, the kids said. But I don't drink the regular anymore, although I do, you know, if it's got to be Yorkshire tea. So, I'm going to turn it round, look. We'll do the same again here. Just add in little sort of lines. There we go. You know, I do like my mint chocolate tea. I think I've got a few different flavours. We do quite like our teas. There we go, look, hot cup of tea. I do get looked after here. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's have a look at where we're at. Okay, so you see there, it's given it a little bit of texture to it, hasn't it? Look at this, it's very sort of regal, isn't it, today? Okay, so still on this side, let's just do an aura around this shape here. So as we said, an aura, we're going to draw around, we're going to follow a line that's already there. So it doesn't matter about whether it's the right shape or they're even, it's just about following what you've drawn there and just working your way around it till you run out of space. There we go. Alright, so down this side here, what I am going to do, I'm just going to now add in that border. There we go. Just work my way down, and then if I turn this on its side, go a little bit larger, we're going to do those fabulous little shapes that I do tend to use a lot. We're going to come round and stop, and then pick up from there again and come round to the point. Let's do one the other way, round, magic, all the way around there, and then to there, to the point. Okay, I'm going to do a small one here. I'm going to imagine it's going underneath, look. Okay, so we don't really want them all same size and things. See how I stop there and then come back round. All right, so again, I might leave a little bit more of a gap this time. Around, stop, and then come back. Okay, so working my way down this then, you can actually do that as one whole sort of line if you want, see there to there, but I think sometimes if you're a little bit unsure with it, it's easier if you stop part way, just so you can see where you're going with it. I think it's important just to get that point at the top there, you see, and then to come back on yourself. Oh, Joe, that's okay. You can leave it out, or you can put this on the other side if you want to. It really doesn't matter. It's an exercise into, putting lots of different tangles and things together today. I thought it'd be quite nice to experiment a little bit and see where it takes us. Okay, although there is a plan. There always is a plan, but it's nice to have some idea. Oh, sorry, you can, Rhiannon, yeah. I mean, if I just do that, you see I'm to the end now, so I've got this like little row. And you see where it actually joins this aura that we did earlier. I am going to fill some of that section in there with a few bubbles. Not all, just round that bottom edge, you see. And if you have got any gaps, then feel free to go on in there and just fill them in, as we've done with all the others. But I've not done any, you see, on this side here. Okay. So I'm just working my way down there. You see, I'm not going all the way out. I'm just sort of, giving them a little bit of grounding, I suppose. Just to give it a bit of settling there. All right. Okay. So what I am going to do now, I'm just going to swap over to my sort of thicker pen. Oh, there we go. I think I'm going to use the fine liner edge of it. All right, because I just want to go in and fill in that space. And of course, if I was to do this with my little micron, it'd take me ages and use a lot of ink, and I don't want to do that. If I'd got a micron, say a 0.8 or a 1, then not a 0, 1 or 1, that would do the trick. But I just think when you're filling something in, it's a little bit sort of heavy on the black, then it's always worth going to something that's suitable for the job, let's say. Okay, so working my way around there, just filling in those gaps. And again, I am actually working, I'm not working directly over my work, I'm always at an angle because of the camera, so I do apologise if I've missed any little bits. It's quite tricky sometimes to see, to get into everything, so you think I'd be an expert, wouldn't you, after 75 tiles? Gosh, I bet your journals are looking a bit full, aren't they? I keep adding in mine and I keep doing little bits and pieces as and when I can, but I think they're looking fab. It's a really nice, something I'll really look back on this year. I think, goodness me, even going and practicing in your tile books as well. It's interesting to do. You see how far you progressed. All right, so let's have a look at that, where we're at. All right, look at that. Look at the difference that's made there, just adding that in. And there's nothing stopping us going back in and adding white dots if we wanted to. But it's not necessary for this one. Okay, so deep breath. Let's give this a go now. So we're going to be working now on this side. Oh, good cup of tea there. So let's just enlarge that a little bit. Okay. So let's start. I'm going to come from, let's have a look. I'm going to come from here. And again, you might want to just watch this first just to see where it's going. And I'm going to come around, it's quite sort of large this, into a curl. Okay? And then let's just sort of add a little bit of thickness to that there. Alright? And then I'm going to do the same here. So on this side, I'm just going to make that a little bit thicker. Just by adding that line in and colouring it in. Okay? I might even do a little bit like down this side. So I'm not doing all of it, it's just areas. Just to give it a little bit of something. Okay. So I'm coming from the same sort of place, it looks like it. Let's add another one in. Same as before, so it's a little bit smaller. But again, I'm going to add that little bit of weight to that there. And see a little bit on there. Whether you put it on the inside or the outside, whatever works. And then just a little bit there, not much. Okay. So that's, again, just coming from that little curved line with a bobble on the end. You see? Let's have another one. Just sort of finishes that bit there. Okay? See, I'm just going to smooth that in. Alright. Oh, Sonia, you need to get some in your books. It's amazing how different they look. Okay, I'm going to focus now on this curve here. I'm going to add a little bobble on the top. And then let's add a little line, so an aura around that bubble. Okay? Let's just fill in that bubble. You don't have to, but I'm going to fill it in, okay? So starting sort of working central-ish, I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to go 1, 2, and back down. Okay? Same again, look, up, 1, 2, and back down. Oh, little flippers, don't they? Oh, so cute. 1, 2, back down, up, 1, 2, and back down. See, I'm going to leave it at 4. I quite like that idea, but if you want to put more in, then feel free, that's absolutely fine. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to aura around the whole thing. Quite a close aura, but you see, I'm going to go straight up and around the whole thing. And then back down, and then back in. Okay, look at that. Alright, so looking at this next one here, I'm going to do this a bit smaller, of course, with it being a smaller sort of curve, or as before. Oh, Sonia, yeah, you do. You know, yours will be just as amazing, honestly. It's just about putting them in. I mean, we don't get time to do the tile and put them into our journal at the same time, but have a look on my Sandra Rushton page for a bit of inspiration, because there are so many lovely samples on there of what people do and how they present them. That might give you a little bit of inspiration. But yeah, they're fab. Alright, let's have a look at that so far. Oh, see, Bridget, yeah, there's no rush, is there? They'll come. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it? How that just flicks out. All right, should we do another one? Let's do another one. So let's go, I don't know, I've got space here. So let's bring one. I'm going to come from this curve here, and let's come up and around. That's going to go under there, look. Okay. Yeah, a little bit, I suppose, Leslie, yeah. So let's thicken that bit up this time. See, we just want a little bit of shape, bit of change. We want to see a difference in thicknesses. So again, I'm just going to add a little bit there. See, this is where, you know, if you have got ones a bit wobbly, you can go in and you can change it a bit. Yeah, Nadia, so I've not got mine in order at all. I just put mine onto whichever page I like the look of at the time. So, you know, some are colour, you know, like if I've got the brights, I might have a pink on a pink. Or then again, I quite like the orange and pink together. So how far we get with this? I have got my books here. I'll do a quick flick through one and show you. Okay, so same here, look, I'm going to come from this way and I'm going to have a smaller one there. And then again, just add a little bit of thickness there. Alright. Oh, let's just smooth that off a little bit there. Oh, that's rather. It's alright, yeah, there's we've done quite a bit today, we're getting there. We've got a few bits going on. But here we go, let's go a little bit larger. But you can watch it back later, it's fine. And then of course we're going to aura that shape there. Then of course up, 1, 2 and down. Like little crowns, aren't they? Or little frogs' feet or flippers. They're just really cute, actually. And you know, it's nice having those little sharp points there and then auraing around or something. It's pretty cool, I like it. The one there, look. You see now we didn't draw in the whole of the border, so I didn't want us to be restricted by it. The other side is a lot more structured, where this side we've let loose a little bit. There we are. Okay. And I could do with a few more hours in the day if possible, that'd be cool. So, yeah, we get there. So, in. I'm actually hoping to share some samples with you before the show. I might put them on, in fact, well, I'll put them on possibly tomorrow, later, evening-ish maybe, so you can see the kind of things that we've been up to. It'd be interesting for you to see and for you to actually get, you know, let me know what you think. Might be a couple of surprises in there, and yeah, done lots of things. Alright, see, look, I've just added in a couple more of those little curves and bubbles on the ends. Alright, so let's add another one here. I think, not sure if it's going to be 2 this time or not. Let's see. Let's add a little one there. It depends where you've got space, where you want to do it. You don't have to have as many in. You can have a few. There we are. And then there's that little bobble again. Little aura. Now this time it's going to have to be quite small. But that's okay to have all different sizes. Alright. And then in we go. Just doing a little aura around. Doesn't matter if it doesn't match perfectly. And then, yeah, I think I do need another one. Let's come round here. There we are. Curve. Fill up that. And in we go. A bit thick there. And there's that little bobble on the top. Filling that in. And a little aura. And then there we go again. So counting 2. I bet you're counting 2s now, aren't you? I know I tend to do that. Even though you stop counting out loud, you start doing it in your head. It becomes a little bit obsessive. There we go. Alright, let's have a look. That's where we are. Okay. So then, let's have a look where we're at here. We've got some little gaps. Again, I'm thinking a couple little bobbles on there. There we go. So let's have a look at these gaps then. So let's put that line in. I'm going to put the border in now, all the way round, just up to where, you know, we don't want to be going over the work we've done there, do we? Just fill in that space. There we go. Into there. Okay. So just around these outside edges, I'm gonna let's do a little bit of an aura there. You see? And I'm going to fill in that space with bubbles. You see, although we've done different sort of patterns today, it's interesting to sort of bring in a feature or something the same that ties everything together. See, I'm not going to worry about that gap there. I'm just going to work on these areas on the outside. See, there's going to be little ones there. And so by having these bubbles as a sort of an ongoing theme throughout, it does make a difference, and it brings it together. Again, you see, if you start getting a bit repetitive with your bubbles, start somewhere else and then bring them together, or do sort of random ones around the space, and then you're going to have to fill in whatever's around that with different size bubbles. Okay, and of course any of those gaps, go ahead and fill them in just as before, and that again sort of continues that little bit of drama, and it brings us back to the centerpiece, which is that oval that we originally started with, that we've still got to go back and sort. So there we go, just keep looking through. Alright, so that's where we're at so far. So see here, look, I've got a gap. So again, let's do that aura. Just around, sort of a loose around what we've got. And there we are, in little bits there. And so again, I'm going to come in and fill this space with lots of bubbles. If you've got a bubble thing, sorry, but I do like bubbles. Yeah, Sheila, it does, doesn't it? I think, again, yeah, I've planned it out, obviously, because I want to make sure that we do something, we finish it, and as a teacher, that's what you would expect of me. But when you're doing your own, don't sort of try and plan it too much. Just go with it and see where it leads. It's, I know, Julie. I think my fingers are used to it. My little finger, actually, you know, on the side here, hang on, side here, look, you can see there, it gets a little bit worn. But, yeah, sometimes I do have to put a plaster on it there. It does get a little bit sore, because I draw ever such a lot these days, and I wonder why. I enjoy it, so there we go. Okay, so that was quite a large space, but that's fine, we've filled it. And of course, you know, you could have done this with swirls, you know, just to change the oval up in the middle. You could have done it with, you know, even squares maybe, or, you know, different kinds of shapes, or filled it in with whatever you wanted to do. It's nice to do this, I think. It's nice to have that bit of drama, you know, with the black sections filled in, and something about drawing bubbles that really calms me. Not that I'm manic, nice and calm today, it's all good. Let's have a look at where we're at. Okay, let's have a quick look at that. Now I could go in here and fill these in, but I think, do you know what, I'm actually going to leave those because it's busy enough, and I want to now come and focus back to where we started. Tangle dent. Is that something the doctors sort of said there's any sort of thing for? I've got tangle dent. Oh, that's really funny. Okay, so here we go. Right, let's have a look. See, I'm going to put again another bubble up here. Let's have a look. All right, bubble done. Yeah. Okay, so working on this bottom section here, let's going to put a little bit of a line down here, okay? And then coming across this way, let's have another little line. All right, so I'm going to come in with my my pen, and I'm just going to, oh, you see, look, I'm not going to use that, I'm going to use the finer, so I'm going to fill all of that in. See, it's quite a larger area to see with a sort of a thicker pen today, didn't I? Let's fill that in. Alright, so we've got that kind of shape. See, we didn't really plan what that shape was going to be, it was just working it through, okay? So next bit. On this side, I'm going to have, let's put a line in. Okay, and next to it, let's have another. And then let's have one there. Okay, 3 little lines. Okay, so here we go. So starting with the larger one, I'm just going to put some close lines, quite rough, all the way down. The same there. And then I'm still going to put the lines in on that one, even though we know it's behind. And that one. Okay, I might even put just a little one back. Same sort of thing. Alright, let's have a look at that. Okay, oh look, how sweet is that? Let's just do the point. Okay, are we ready for this? So from this side, I'm going to do a bit of a wobbly line. Okay, let's go a little bit larger. And again, let's just thicken up the edge of that, and I'm going to get to sort of nothing there, you see? And then I'm just going to, because it's quite small, I'm going to fill it in. All right? And then let's, from here again, perhaps not right on the end, sort of in, maybe here. Let's do another one. Just a wobbly line. And again, just thicken that edge up there. Let's have a little bit off there. And let's just do another. You see, everybody's is going to be different here. I'm not going to overdo it. I'm not going to milk it too much. I'm going to leave it like that. Let's have a look. All right. Look at that. Now, who said you couldn't draw? Of course you can. Eh? Now, if you want to, you can add a couple more trees in the distance there. Right, let's add another one sort of there. Looks like bits of forest kicking in and things. It's a wonky tree, it's always in the wind, but that's fine. Okay, okay, so here we go. We're going to go in with pencil. So let's make a start. I'm going to work in the middle first. I think actually, yeah, let's work in the middle. So my first protocol with the pencil is to go around the edge there. See, I'm even going over the black, but I'm not going to go all the way around, you see, so it's just on that side. And then the tortillon will come on in. And again, I'm just going to soften the edge with that tortillon, so I'm not spreading it too much. Just getting a little bit lighter as I come round. Let's just pull that round the top there a little bit. And then let's go in, I've got a bit of yellow pastel. So this is the chalky one. And let's just add a little bit of that around there. Okay, let's have a look at that from a distance. See, I'm not going to do anything else with that. I think I'm going to leave that for now. Come back to that later, if need to. Alright, so all my little bubbles around the outside then. I'm going to put that little smirk in. We've not done this for a while, have we? Now, it doesn't matter whether you do it left, right, top or bottom. It's just that once you've decided, you stick with that decision. So all of them or wherever. So you see, I've done top, bottom, right. So I've kept them all bottom, right. All right. So tortillon, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of stroke them a little bit and just gently soften out that pencil. And I'm definitely not covering the whole of the circle there. I'm just going around and doing that darker section. Now if you find you've filled the whole thing, don't panic. You can go back in with a white pencil or a pen, but if we can do without it, let's have a look. You see where you start to get that sort of dimension, but by all means, go in with that bit of white, you know, on the edges there. I know you can't quite see it very well on screen there, but it does have an impact. It will do it, but that's all you do. Okay. So then let's work our way out from the bubbles onto this sort of ribbon type sort of round. Now choose one of the sides. So again, it doesn't matter which side you choose. I'm going to stick with that right hand side look, and I'm just going to add pencil to those sides. You see? Now I'm not particularly colouring it in, and I'm not trying to get into all the gaps. I'm just really adding some of that graphite in. Okay, just keep with the same side all the way around, and there we go. And then again, tortillon, as I'm just gonna see, working zigzag motions almost, just over the top of it, and it just softens that edge up. And again, you'll notice that I'm only using half of the space of that section. I'm not covering the whole space. Definitely want to be keeping that white. Okay. All right, now if you find it, you might have to ease off the pressure a little bit if you're not getting a smooth section there. Sometimes if it's a bit too hard, you'll still end up with that line, and you want a nice sort of easy sort of fade. Okay, let's have a look at that. There we go. See, with my torch, and I've got a bit of graphite on, I'm just going to rub it over the moon a bit. You see, it's almost like I'm just rubbing my tortillon off, but it's giving me a couple of little lines across there, just to sort of break it up a bit. Okay, we're back in with pencil, and I'm going to go around the outside. See, sort of quite rough, just wanting some pencil around it, just to, there you go, even sort of around here, and pressing a little bit more around there. And then around the auras that I did with the bubbles. See, oh, I missed one there, look. Better do that one. Let's get one in there, look, there you are. So again, I'm just working, I'm not trying to sort of fill in the pattern, I'm just going around the outline of those. There you are. Just following that shape. Same with this bottom corner here. So I'm not going to colour every single bubble in, no, I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do is a little bit of pencil just in that bottom. Oh, do apologise, there you go, in that bottom section there, see? Alright, and that one. And just making sure that I don't forget any of these. You see, so I'm not being particularly neat, I'm just getting the graphite in there. Okay, same with these, there's that familiar smirk. See, I've got a little bit more there because they're a little bit bigger than the bubbles we did around the oval. And again, around the outside. Now these are quite small, so don't put too much. Just around where you can. See, and in these little bits, just little bits. See, I've gone either side with that one. Then of course my little sort of rope design, again, I'm just going to sort of zigzag it down that edge. There we go. And the same down this edge. So again, I'm not being overly neat, I'm just putting some pencil on, you see? There we are. Just working my way all the way down to the bottom. So, tortillon in. Let's have a look. We'll start from this. Again, I'm just going to zigzag. Again, I'm just softening the edge. So I'm not pressing on particularly hard. Just taking it easy. And I'm trying to leave a gap in the middle with no pencil in at all. There we are. Just saying coming up. You see where I've left the white in the middle? There we are. Okay. Next bit then. Smoothing round. Just ever so gently. What we're trying to leave is a little white gap if we can. Okay, so it's just pushing that graphite around a little bit just to give it a little bit of dimension. And again here, you can't really do much with this because it's quite a small area. That's going out a little bit. So all I'm doing is just softening up what pencil I've put on there, you see? So nothing major. And then working round. Again, I'm just softening that edge, so I'm hardly pressing on, just taking it easy all the way around. Just to sort of give it a little bit of depth. There we go. Okay. My little flowers, just again, just pulling out that colour, all the graphite. They look lovely with a bit of colour on actually, wouldn't they? And each one. And then round we go. See, so again, I've not gone all the way to the top. I've left some of that area with no pencil at all. And again, coming on in where those bubbles are. I'm trying to keep a little bit in the middle with no pencil. Can't really do much with that one. Okay, almost done. Yeah, there is. It's like, you know, when you think for a tile, sometimes you think, oh, they can be quite expensive, but when you work out that, I don't know, they're about 25p each or something, you think 25p and a pen and a pencil, and you've had over an hour of enjoyment of just drawing on it. It's pretty cheap, isn't it, really? Even if, you know, you do 2 or 3 and you don't like all of them and you put them in a bag for later, you might decide that you're going to use it for something else. It's not much at all, is it? See, all I'm doing now, I'm going out with the pen and I'm just going around this lovely sort of ribbony, folded ribbon type of shape. Just giving it that little bit of definition that it deserves, just to bring it out. Nothing much, just following that line around. Even around there, let's have a look at that. Okay. Now I think, I know, just imagine with the ovals around this now, it would just be lovely, wouldn't it? I think what I am going to do is I'm just going to come back in with my pencil and I am going to add some pencil, you see, quite rough around the outside. Bit there, look. And around. And you notice I'm using this sort of the side of my pencil because it means that I'm getting a little bit more pencil down. Okay. And just soften it out. Yeah, just try not to go over those flowers too much if you can help it. And you see, going in broader strokes will just keep it slightly straighter, easing the pressure off as you go. See there, I can't really, got to do little bits. We're almost done, one more side. And of course, you know, it'd be lovely to go in, you know, with that oval and add a little bit of bling to it. So let's have a look, for example, let's just a quick one. Just, you know, fill in those little bubbles maybe. Let's have a look. You see with a little bit, there you go. Yeah, it's quite a metallic, metal silver, this one. But I'm not going to do every single one. I'm just going to do a couple just so you can see where I'm heading with it, you see? And maybe a couple little stars. Again, who said you couldn't draw? Alright, let's have a look. Oh, do you think so, Lizzie? Okay, I think it needs signing then, doesn't it? So here we go. Let's put my signature in there. Just sort of hidden. And that's it. I think so for tile 75, but whether you've done all 75, whether you've only done 7, or whether this is your first one, really doesn't matter. It's just about having a bit of fun and trying something a little bit different, isn't it? You see, I know I've signed it, but I am going to go round there with some pencil. You know, sometimes you just see things and you think, oh, do you know, it just needs a bit of something there. There we go. So, you know, you can come back and add to it, it's fine. There we go, that's better. All right, so, yeah, all being well, I will catch you on Friday. Now, Friday's session is going to be a bit of a different, it's going to be a different time because I'm just sort of finalising times now. I know definitely 7:30 in the morning, but I'm not quite sure about the other 2 in the day. We're just sort of working out which times. So as soon as I know, I'll post and I'll let you know what time Friday's session's going to be. But I say until I get those times, I don't know. So just sort of keep a watch on my Facebook, on this page, and I'll post and let you know. But okay, Chris is begging for forgiveness. I'm not quite sure. Should we wait and see, but no, we've got to go. So yeah, I look forward to hearing that, Chris. But I'm sure it'll be fine. So have fun with this one. Enjoy it. Try it with some different colours. Imagine this now on purple. You know, if I'd have carried on with the purple tile, I'm going to have to redo it, I think, and just give it a go and see where it heads. But not tonight, eh? Not tonight. Things to do. So enjoy, have fun, stay safe, go and enjoy your cups of tea, and I will speak to you on Friday. All right, you take care, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye.